From the North Island of New Zealand, I'm Timothy Go, and I am sitting on top of a giant. This is Te Mata Peak, the highest point here in Hawke's Bay. And if I look really hard, 10,000 kilometers from here, I could see South America. But we're not going to do that because from here, we could actually see the towns of Hastings, North Havelock, and Napier, where we'll begin today's episode.
On the previous episode of Kiaora, New Zealand, we conquered and explored the South Island. For this episode, we head 500 kilometers northeast, straight into the North Island for the town of Napier. In 1931, a massive earthquake rocked the Hawke's Bay region. That earthquake claimed over 200 lives and leveled Napier in its wake. But rising from the rubble, the city rebuilt itself with a focus on retaining the architectural style of the times. Now imagine a town frozen in time, locked in a time capsule. Walking through Napier certainly has that feeling. Today, Napier stands as the Art Deco capital of the world, with the highest concentration of 1930s architecture worldwide. And the best way to enjoy the streetscape? Just arm yourself with a map and a good pair of walking shoes. I was enchanted by the historical buildings here and by its lively character. And strangely, in the midst of all this quaintness, I felt right at home. To get into the spirit of Napier, I decided to get myself a guide and to dress the part.
Well, since I'm doing the Art Deco tour this morning, I might as well dress the part, so let's see if I can find something appropriate. This is nice, but nah. How about something that matches my shirt? Probably not. I think I found it. What do you think?
Touring around Napier in a vintage car that was probably twice my age feels surreal, just like a scene right out of the Dick Tracy movie. Cruising through this time tunnel, you feel the heady dynamism of the 20s and the idealistic escapism of the grim 30s. And of course, my top hat helps.
So, this is, we call it the Dome building. Originally, it was built by an insurance company, would you believe, from Australia, called the T&G, or the Temperance and General. And originally, it had the Manhattan Milk Bar and the Ladies' Beauty Parlour on the bottom floor. On the top floor was apartments, still is, but the middle floor was the Silver Slipper Dancing Club, where for 1 and 6pence, about 12 American cents, you could dance the night away.
So it's like a ballroom.
Yes, like a dancing club. And the local girls and boys loved it, of course, just a place to come. But there was no liquor allowed because the company that owned it was a temperance company, wouldn't allow liquor, so you had to bring your own, you know.
The city of Napier was a living museum for Art Deco buildings, but we had this great tour guide that morning. Very spontaneous guy, very funny guy, a lot of witty stories to tell about not just Art Deco buildings, but about the city of Napier itself. The best part of the tour was not the vintage cars. In fact, it was when we walked into Bertie's partner's store. She sells clothes from the 30s and the 20s. We walked in, talked a little bit about how nice the weather was that day, and then the next thing you know, we ended up dancing to Charleston. How do I look?
Okay, it's very easy. If you imagine a piece of paper or a box in front of you like that, what you do, you take the right foot and put it into the left-hand corner, like that, and then you put this one on the other corner, like that, then you put your feet back where they were. Very easy. So it's da-da, 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 da-da. He's got it, by God, he's got it.
That is fun.
Well, you could do step kick. That's really easy. That's what you do. You step forward on your right, like that. Okay, and then you kick with your left. So you go back. Now we want to watch the Singaporean news and see you doing that in the middle. Step, kick, step, back, step, kick, step, kick, kick, step, kick. Kiaora from Art Deco Napier.
We'll be right back.
To New Zealand.
Kiaora from New Zealand. We'll be taking you to Cape Kidnappers next.
To New Zealand.
Drive 20 kilometers southeast of Napier and you'll end up in Cape Kidnappers. This is the largest gannets colony in the world and one of those rare places where you can observe wildlife and their natural habitat right next to the sea.
You're going over a 5,000-acre sheep and cattle property, so everybody sees the farming world. We don't put on special displays, so they see a farm as it is in its natural state. There's all the scenery, the geology of the area, plus the fact that you're going to one of the most unique areas at the end of the Cape, where we see gannets. They're the most accessible in the world. There's nowhere else in the world that you can drive up alongside them as you can at Cape Kidnappers.
I'm finally here at Cape Kidnappers, so named because back in 1769, one of Captain James Cook's men was kidnapped just right here. But what's significant here today is what you see behind me. 20,000 or so gannets that call this place home. A breathtaking view because you're way up there. There are hundreds and hundreds of these gannet birds. They feed on fish, I believe, because the whole area, even though it's all birds, actually smells a lot like fish. And they have this mating call or a dancing ritual that they do, which I was told was unique to each couple. So a couple will call out and someone else down below would reply, and then they would know that that's the other half of that partnership. I feel very honored at this very moment. You can see behind me dozens of sheep. I'm gonna try to get as close as possible to one, although it's gonna be very hard because they run away as soon as I get close. It seems like they can smell me from a distance, but hey, it's worth a try. I'm in New Zealand after all. See, they're already all moving away. Don't go, don't go. Oh my God.
Well, I even tried speaking in their language, but I guess the feeling wasn't mutual. I'll drown my sorrows with wine. Okay, that was a lame excuse, but hey, who needs an excuse to taste some of the best wine in the country? Hawke's Bay's sunny Mediterranean climate makes it premium wine country. So it is not surprising that the region is New Zealand's leading producer of red wine. Craigie Range is one of the oldest yet modern winery in this region, and in the heart of this huge facility, you will find 12 giant French oak wine vats that can each store up to 8,000 liters of wine. The winery also offers good food from its restaurant. And if you feel a little tipsy after tasting a whole range of wines here, we have a choice of 2 cottages and 1 lodge to spend your night in.
Kiaora from Hawke's Bay. We'll be right back.
To New Zealand!
Kiaora from New Zealand.
To New Zealand!
Another winery in Hawke's Bay that is just 20 minutes drive from Craigie Range is Sileni. Incidentally, in Greek mythology, Sileni or Silenus is a character who enjoys good food and wine.
It is one of the oldest wine regions. In fact, it is the oldest wine region in New Zealand. We have some of the oldest vineyards here and the oldest winery here. So it has been a wine region for a long time, but of course has grown a lot in the last 5 to 10 years. Yeah, it is a good region for wine growing or grape growing because it's dry and it's warm. Most of the rain comes into New Zealand from the west. And so it hits that mountain range that goes right down the length of New Zealand through the middle of the country. Hits that, tends to rain on the west and be dry and warm on the east. So you will find that most of the wine regions in New Zealand are on the east coast.
And wine appreciation is not the only thing you can learn in Sileni. It also offers regular cooking classes for visitors. So next in my party menu, lamb stuffed with mushrooms, New Zealand style. Wanna try?
Well, after being on the road for about 5 or 6 days now, I think it's time for me to seek some salvation in a church. And I found my salvation in a cup.
The old church served as a parish for local worshippers some 150 years ago. Now lovingly restored as a modern restaurant, it continues in the tradition of extending warm hospitality and a fine dining experience once offered by the priests of old. Just beside the church is the old church villa where the priests resided previously. With much ornate decor amidst picturesque settings, a king will feel right at home here. The kitchen will get a 2 thumbs up from the royal chef. And inside the chambers, you will need royal servants to help you clear the pillows off the bed. And another royal servant to draw you a bath. The only thing missing in this property is the throne. And in keeping with the luxury mode we're in, I traveled in style to my sleeping quarters for tonight, which I was told is even grander in scale.
Hi,
Hello.
Tim.
Hi, Karen.
Welcome to Park Hill.
Thank you very much. I heard you have
come on in.
vacancies here tonight.
Yes, I do. And we're
have a
very
look.
happy to have you with us.
Okay.
All right, come on in. Okay. So, come on in. This is our lounge.
Wow.
Tim, I wanted this to be a very glamorous place. So I think you're going to find this to be very glamorous for your stay tonight.
It has that feel already, just looking at the lounge.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to see my bedroom.
Yes, let's go and see your bedroom. As we go to your bedroom, we're going to pass the dining room.
Oh, wow.
And we have our team here preparing your dinner that you will have later on tonight.
Okay.
And we've prepared for you the secret room. Most people, when they come into the house, they can't actually even find this room. They don't even know where it is because it's in the middle of the bookcase.
That's perfect for me tonight.
Absolutely. There you go.
Wow.
And this is the leopard Esmeralda room.
It's the Esmeralda room.
Esmeralda.
I love the
Absolutely.
name. That's beautiful. Let's check out the bathroom.
And if you look at the bathroom, you'll see that we've used the crocodile tiles.
The tiles look like leather.
Yes, it is. It is crocodile.
Crocodile.
Crocodile. Absolutely.
Okay.
And your room opens out onto the deck, into this beautiful scenery and vineyard.
I think I'm gonna love it here, Karen.
I think you will. And we're going to do everything we can to make your stay very special.
Great, thank you.
You're very welcome.
It's like a scene from a movie from the 40s, and then the rooms itself were very opulent, very over the top, very something that I love because you don't get to see hotels like that in the world anymore. It's not so much of a hotel, it's like a guest house. Hello, Frankie.
Hello there, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. Excellent.
I'm hungry, so what are you making me for dinner?
You're making by yourself.
Okay, we might not be having dinner tonight if that's okay. All right, what are we making?
So basically what we have is here a crayfish, which is basically from Hawke's Bay. You have a crispy basil, two kinds of basil we are using in this dish. One is purple. Marie, you can see the color is rice and beautiful, elegant color. Right in the middle of the plate. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This one.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're right. So basically, straight up. Yeah, it's fantastic. This look like growing fresh.
Karen?
Oh,
This
thank
is
you,
what
Tim.
I made
It's
for
very
you.
nice to be served by you. What a
It's
treat.
great to be cooking here.
That's your
Thank you very much, Frankie.
Enjoy the meal.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Wow.
Give it a try. All right, I'm looking around your place here, and what made you want to do something like this?
Because I'm crazy. I think
Okay.
that I can do anything. The architect was briefed from the very beginning. The word that I came up with was glamorous. And so everything that we did had to circle around glamour. And I think we created that.
And what sort of experience are you expecting your guests who are checking in here to feel when they walk in? You know, I had the wow experience, so...
We love the wow and the, oh my God, this is what we want, you know, because, you know, you can go and you can sleep and you can eat anywhere. But we want people to come here and want to come back again and again because of the experience of it. You know, we've got a great, beautiful property here. We have an awesome chef who can come and create beautiful meals like this for you. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I want. I want people to come in here and go, oh, I want to come back.
I've been to many places in the world, but I think this is where I can blend in. I didn't expect something so different here, so much glamour, right in the middle of New Zealand's countryside. Well, it looks like tonight, I'm going to sleep like a Hollywood star. And before I forget, I'm Timothy Go, Kiaora from Hawke's Bay. Kiaora from the North Island of New Zealand. I'm Timothy Go, and on this episode of That's IT, I have the wrong show. After drinking a bottle of soda, I've never done that in my entire life. Can we say Kiaora from Kankuri? Sorry.
It's not. But we had a lot of laughs from the wettest, the hottest, and the most dizzying Kiwi destination. For all that's surprising about New Zealand, join us for one last time on Kiaora Aotearoa!
This series is proudly presented by Tourism New Zealand and Singapore Airlines.